Okay, good morning everybody. This video is going to be for those maybe new to dogs and they want to walk their dog or their puppy. This is how I go about my whole routine. Once I get a puppy, I carry a rope with me, just anything. I get these at dollar store for $1, I think, and then I got a stick just in case there's any predators or anything that's like other dogs where I live. There's a bunch of people or strays, I don't know, but these dogs just run buck wild here. And they'll run up to your dog in a pack and be very intimidating, and you don't want that with a puppy because you don't know what's going to happen. If they have a bad experience with other dogs, then you're going to have problems later on, maybe with dog aggression. So again, this is for people who are maybe having issues walking their dogs. Also, you want your dog to have the sensation of being off leash. I have a flexi with me because Ollie's off leash, but I usually carry like a 30 foot training leash with me so that he can drag that. And because if you're using a 6-foot leash to walk your dog, you're gonna get any dog, for the most part. I don't know if he'll do it, but you're gonna end up pulling your dog. Your dog is gonna resist and pull against you, and then you're gonna get this, like the dog is pulling you around the neighborhood. And if you're an elderly person or somebody that has challenges in life, stable conditions, it's not a good thing. I've seen lots of people get pulled off their feet before by a bigger dog that decided one day they've never walked a dog, and they said they're going to go for a walk because they're getting healthy or whatever, and then the dog just kind of pulls them off their feet. But Ollie is he's in the final stages of his fear period, and he's getting pretty brave. But that's another thing I want to talk about. Around the 20-week mark, you can expect your dog, a male dog or a female dog. I find that female dogs often are like a couple weeks behind. I don't know if that's breed or what, but most male dogs, about the 20-week mark, they'll lose their teeth. So far I found 6 of Ollie's teeth. I help him pull his teeth out with this rope. Playing a lot of tug. But you can see he's curious, but he'll stretch out long, and sometimes if he is unsure, I'll go up and either kick the object. A lot of times it's a rock or a stump or something stupid you wouldn't even think the dog would be afraid of, because they've been a puppy for 20 weeks, following you around, curious, pick up everything, jump on everything, including you. And then all of a sudden one day, everything's scary. But you can see he's got his gonads have dropped. I have a dog in heat at home, so that's a challenge too, especially for her. But we keep them separated. They're both puppies, just coming in to first seasons and stuff like that. She'll be fixed, as he will too. About 3 years is what I wait a little bit to let their bodies mature completely, because all that is very important for their growth. It's really controversial, but I know a lot of vets, and deep inside, the vets will tell you it's better to wait because they're maturing their growth plates. Everything that they need to develop properly is being taken away for the most part when you start cutting and taking away abilities of the natural's body progression. Did I say that right? Progression? Natural body's progression. But anyway, the best thing you can do for a dog that is going through their fear period is just walk with them. Let them experience the world on their terms. Look at this. See this stump right here? He doesn't really want anything to do with it. I'll poke it with a stick and let him figure it out. But the more you walk your dog, the more of a joy it becomes. I know that walking a dog can be time. People don't have the time. They go to work, they get up, it's just, they get this dog, and the dog is allowed free rein. Let's just suppose that you do everything right. You're crating your dog is potty trained, you got to go to work, you have a backyard, you have a garage, whatever, and you have a place where your dog can go during the day, and you have somebody that comes over and hangs out with your dog a couple times. They stop by and make a showing and lock up and go home. Everything's going good. You still have to take your dog for these walks, and it takes a half hour just to let them get out, because not only will he do the zoomies. Usually when we get to the field, he loves running in grass. He'll get the zoomies and he'll run out any energy, but the stimulation of scent, a dog using their nose is a beautiful thing. They smell everything, and they smell it individually. It's not all together like a beef stew. We smell beef stew. The dog can tell you that there's carrots, potatoes, if they could speak and they knew what it was. Just suppose it. Just play along with me for a second. They can tell pepper. They can tell all the ingredients. That's my point of the stew. So a dog's scent, them getting out, is very stimulating. It's very good for their cognitive progression in life. If you have a dog that's in the backyard, or it doesn't leave the house that often, and they just, they smell the same things there's nothing. You'll end up with maybe a lazy dog. I don't know. I've never done that before. But I have seen people who have done that, and the dogs will dig holes. They'll just, they get bored. They need to get out in nature. And yes, even Chihuahuas. I've had Chihuahuas. You have to take them for walks. Maybe not as far. This guy's a rat terrier, so he's got endless. It's been really hot, so he's kind of we kind of cut back a little bit on our walk times. But I just wanted to check in here for the individuals who maybe haven't walked their dogs and want to start walking their dogs. And one more thing before I close out is carry some food with you. Especially if you're just beginning. Tie the long leash around your waist like a belt. Your dog will be at the end of it. Don't worry about heeling or keeping them too close. Let them experience the trail or wherever you're walking, and have some food. So if they do get in a situation where they're not listening, you can call them back and they get a reward for coming back to you. So then what you'll get is the check-in, where the dogs will just start coming back to you to check in, and you give them a piece of food, and that's what you want. And then later on you can start throwing a here in there with it, and giving them a verbal cue or come, whatever you want to use. And this rope, I'll stop here for a second, but this rope, if I see another dog coming or something like that, I got this rope. He loves this rope, but I can get his attention. He's playing with it now. But I can get his attention and play with him while this other dog or whatever it is going on. And I can even throw it to him. Yeah, I can play with him a little bit while we're on the trail. Get him bringing things back to me. Just engaging with the dog. You know, take your Walkman off. You know, just forget the world and be one with your dog. And you'll have a much better dog for it. Guarantee it. So we've been going over 10 minutes. I'm going to close out. See you later.